Welcome to Jay Weezy's world. What's going on, guys? So it's your boy Jay Weezy. Welcome to Jay Weezy's world. It is Thursday, about 12:30 in the afternoon. Wife is at home, taking the day off from the gym. I've had the last 5 or 6 days off. Today's my last day off, and I just have one day tomorrow in the 3-day weekend for Memorial. So I'm very humble and blessed that I'm able to take the time off and enjoy. But um, wanted to do a car talk just because one thing I love about being able to watch other YouTube videos is understanding people a little bit more. I'm a people watcher, and I think that it's the opportunity for me to get to learn more about them. And this is an opportunity for you guys to learn more about me and what's going on in Jay Weezy's world. So that being said, a couple things I want to chat about is one, I want to thank each and every single one of you who reached out on this platform, other platforms, and wished me a happy birthday. I am very thankful. I'm now 41 years old. Let me make a quick adjustment here. 41 years old, and it's a trip to even think about because I feel 16. I don't know if I look 41, but um, I go, you very much look 41. No, but so anyways, I'm just thankful to even be here because I come from a very rough upbringing. Others are rough for the mind, trust me. But some of the stories and adventures I've had when growing up, and I talked to the wife about it, she's like, "Golly," like. So that being said, I'm just thankful to make it to this age, and time is not given. One thing I try to focus on that I heard a while back is thinking about the past brings depression. Thinking about the future brings anxiety, which is 100% fact, right? You regret things that you've done, or you think about that. Well, what I could have done to this, and you get depressed about it, and then you start thinking about things that later on tonight, tomorrow, what have you. You get anxiety, and really all you have in this moment is the moment. And unfortunately, I don't want to put the energy out there, but I could be driving now, and something happened, and I don't have tomorrow. So let me balance myself now. And another thing that I want to talk about or just give advice on is somebody who's a little bit seasoned. Take it for what you want. It could be another tool for your own personal toolbox, but you know, is lean into the things that make you happy. I think that people so much want to people please, which I'm very much guilty of that. I've been in the workforce since I was 15 years old, technically 14, but a week later um, turned 15. So, but that being said, I've always had a great work ethic. I've always worked my butt off. I've always been somebody who, wants to learn new processes and wants to implement things and originate new processes and risk and compliance and so on and so forth, and training others, and ranging from teenage years up to 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70 years old and different cultural backgrounds. So all that being said is, as I park, is what would I encourage any of you guys? Because first of all, I didn't go to college. I didn't do any of that. So I'm not the most book formal education person. But that's one thing I enjoy about learning people and their behaviors is if I can communicate to you effectively, no matter what your background is or what my background is, we can communicate to build a bridge to get to the same place where we want to be, whether if that's business, personal, whatever that may be. And my advice, because this isn't an epiphany or a thought I've had over the last few days, is that what I've realized over the last few months is ultimately where I'm getting at is I just want to dive in and lean into the things that I'm passionate about. And what I've realized, I put myself in an environment that I can be passionate about, which is an environment physically and in an environment mentally. So let me kind of explain that. So ever since getting into like my new gym, for example, because I've been in the zone the last almost year of, getting into the gym, trying to better myself, from habits, whether it's, the meal prepping, making better choices, eating, hydration, stretching, all of that. Right. But I think that since buying this particular camera and asking questions of others, I've just dove headfirst into what's this new process? How do I do this? How do I make it look better? Because before, when I was shooting with my GoPro, I still love that. Still love putting things together, what have you. That's the bigger passion for me is is the process behind the scenes and learning more. And when I got this camera and getting the mic and asking different people questions, uh, here at the gym, there's so many different creative people that I can kind of talk with, ask questions, and vice versa. I think that the camera's been a big conversation starter for me with others and them approaching me or vice versa and asking questions. But I posted on Instagram earlier today that, the social media platforms, I've always been somebody who's taking pictures and done videos, and I posted them because I want to share. But now I'm looking at it like, well, what can I like? Now I'm using this as a form of expression. It's still a post, right? And some people don't get the expression, some people will. But now I'm using it, or going to use it, or been using it unknowingly over the last few months, which really hit me this last week since I've been off of. I really want to dive into this and just develop things that, for me, have an expressive attachment or emotional attachment through photos, through video, what have you. And I just want to kind of lean into that as I move forward and not use these platforms just to post, but to express myself in a way that is healthy. Is everybody gonna like it? No, but it's just me, and if you choose to watch, you choose to watch. If you choose to like, you choose to like. But all that being said is, I encourage each and every single one of you to lean into the things you're passionate about, but really develop a good work ethic. Because if you have a poor work ethic at work, you're gonna have a poor work ethic in many other things. And so, I'm not saying dive in and stress yourself out and work your tail off, ride yourself to the ground for other people, i.e., your job. But I'm talking about, make sure you don't lose the focus of what you're getting out of that job, right? If it's not feeding back into you, you may need to move on from that job or that passion or whatever it is. But, take the time to realize who you are and be honest with yourself. Um, and that's why, um, for me yesterday, like with the birthday, like all I wanted to do was go to the game and have a nice dinner. I've spent so much time over the last 6 or 7 months, um, at work, focusing on so many different people that I wanted to take this week to focus on myself, go do some photography, go to a game, and just decompress. I didn't want to travel. I didn't want this. I don't want that. I just want to do things by myself or with my wife and chill. So do the things that fill your cup no matter what other people think about it. I'm going to go ahead and hit the gym. I'll see you guys inside. All right, folks. So hitting a push day today. Had a nice little light leg workout yesterday. Hey, knees feeling good. But it's a push day today, so I'm gonna go ahead, get in chest, triceps, shoulders, and I have these new sleeves I got from Gym Reaper. They fit pretty good. They feel good. Almost feel like a little bit of a cheat code. But if you didn't see my last video, I mentioned I have a little twinge going on in my forearm, and they kind of in my elbow a little bit. So I just got these to be preventative. So I'm not really one that wears things like that. So figure, hey, give them a shout or give them a shot, see how they feel. But so I did a couple warm-up sets with the bar only, did a couple two warm-up sets with 45 on each side, and I'm going to pyramid today. So I have 185 on here right now. My goal is 8 to 10 reps, and then I'm going to increase the weight from that point. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that felt pretty good. I'm gonna give it about a minute and a half or so to rest, and I think I'm gonna jump up to 205. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Is it me? I know I can't be the only one. Like, I feel like sometimes when it comes to Amazon, when you buy things from Amazon, like these shirts, I love the material of the shirts, I really do. And I'm going for all black today because I'm murdering this weight. Anyways, So, but I feel like the sizes switch up, meaning like this is a 5X, I'm a big boy, but it's way loose on me, like almost comically loose. Where the same size I bought a few weeks ago fit a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe I'm just slimming down. We'll see. All right, go ahead, get into it. Uh, Wishful thinking, right? All right, get my legs down, make sure my feet are planted, back flat on the mat, shoulders specifically. My goal with this is 6 to 8 for 205. All right, come on. Core tight. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. You got 2 more. So, come on. Come on. All right. So, felt good. All right. So, I'm going to go for 225. See how this feels. Feet set. Shoulder set. I just take her hard as fuck, and I love her till she's sore. I just break her 1 and 4, and I don't want her anymore. If I need it, can I treat it? Can I beat it with my foot? Take it. Feel like I'm out of rhythm, but I will take it. Solo dolo, 2 reps. Gonna go ahead and move on to the next movement. Oh, also, I do feel like the reps help the little strain that I have in my elbow and shoulder. Obviously, purpose of elbow reps. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this down in case you're curious. Size I got is 2X. All right, so moving on to my work-in sets. Oh, you're good. Moving on to my work-in sets. I did a couple warm-ups because honestly, I had about a 15, 20-minute long conversation with the gym owner. I'll go ahead and put a socials right here. Check my time. And it was just a really good conversation. And, he's always saying hello, but I just wanted to, maybe it sounds odd, but I wanted to thank him for putting together an environment that have like-minded people. Sometimes at commercial gyms, or just around folks that, just they're doing a thing, nothing wrong with that, but be able to connect with folks, have a conversation, so on and so forth, and just be in an environment where I feel like I can thrive is the goal. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that, but he was also dropping gems on his weight loss journey because he lost over, I think, almost 400 pounds. I think 370 or something like that. And it was just dropping gems in which, I'll talk a little bit later, but I have 180 on the pin right now. And I want to get in 10 to 12 reps. I don't know how to bring it apart right there. Lean my waist forward a little bit, almost like in a decline position. So, all right. More. I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. Ooh, chest. Golly. So that was actually my second work-in set. I'm just going to do the one on the camera just for time's sake. But, one thing he was talking about is, hey, you lock in for 90 days, you'll see a difference. Lock in for 6 months, no cheats, no nothing, treat it like the military. Your lifestyle is going to change, which I think some people can see as cliche advice, but have I been locked down as I could have been? No. Have I been coming here consistently? Have I changed up my diet? Absolutely. But I can lock in even more. So I'm going to go ahead and it's going to be a wrap as far as the chest piece of it goes. I just want to get some pressing and some flies. I'll see you guys in the next movement. All right, so shoulder press. I've got a little standing shoulder press. I'm gonna do a neutral grip. And I have a 45, 25, and 35 on each side. So what is that? Quick math, 70, 80 pounds. And I'm gonna do double on. Felt good. One of the other things that the owner was sharing with me is kind of the unintentional consequence or action or result for check my time for the gym. He's like, I originally bought this place just to get some equipment, and he had me and my boys work out. So like all of us, he's ebbed and flows with his weight journey. And he's like, it just resulted in me opening up to the public, make it private. And hopefully you guys caught that. And this is the result that it came to. So this was my second work-in set. So for time's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you guys in the next movement. All right, a little old school POE from down below. Gotta get us some side delts, have 80 pounds. Rep range goal is 10 to 11. All right. 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 12, 11. Oh. Reason why I didn't superset like I've done before with side incline is I do like to use that shoulder press when it's available to really focus on that front cap of the rear delt. And I say that I feel like this does a decent job. I'm doing front laterals, but that standing press, another level. But this is going to be the only set I put on camera. I'm going to go ahead and get in triceps here in a minute. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right. Let's go ahead and get in these reverse grip pull downs. I love these. Work out that horseshoe, baby. You got 50 pounds on here. I don't know if I said that. All right, so that's gonna be the only set that I put on camera. Felt good about today's session. Felt like it was a solid push day. Have a nice pump going on. I'm gonna go upstairs, do my cardio. If the posing room is free, I will go ahead and just do a little bit of a look on the body. So I'm gonna go check it out, and hopefully it's empty. All right, so hopefully it looks. separation, shoulder, chest. So, appreciate you guys checking out the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.